Yeah, 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 yeah. Finna hop on the stream, finna catch a bag. Finna hop on the stream, finna catch a bag. Yeah, yeah. Mic test 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Mic test 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Okay, you can hear me loud and clear. What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? I see I'm over here. Fix the feed. Give me a second. Let me get it right, family. Let me get it right. Let me get it right. Don't want to get left. Don't want nobody getting left. Okay, 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 okay. Okay, 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 okay. Do this. Boom. Boom. Here we go. Here we go. Put you over here. Da, 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 da. Come do this last thing. Come here. What's that? Okay. What's good, fam? What's good? What's good? 105, right on the dot. Right on the dot. Welcome to the Harmonic stream. Let me make sure my title is right. Actually, one quick, 1 second, 1 second. If you've never been on a Harmonic Pattern stream before, if you've never even seen Harmonic Patterns, I highly recommend you stay around. What you see on the screen right now actually is a deep crab harmonic pattern. Actually, this is a regular crab. Actually looks like a deep crab. But we have a pattern, right? What is this pattern? A pattern consists of an X, A, B, C, and D leg points that create this pattern, right? And specifically, this pattern made specific increments in which made it get the name crab. What I'm doing right now is making 5 circles. In those 5 circles, the market did some type of rejection. It did some type of impulse. It did some type of movement specifically at a level that was giving us the ability to identify as that pattern, right? So after we can identify that, stage 1, there's usually 3 stages with the harmonic pattern. Stage 1 is the identification stage. Once we identify the pattern, right? NAS 100, 1 hour time frame, deep crab, 5th wave sequence, okay? Around 154400, right? Getting a type 1 and failed reaction, coming right back into that terminal bar, giving us a nice straight reaction into the type 1, giving us a top 6 wave reaction, around 50% retracement into the actual completion downtrend, hitting the 200 extended level off the price of crap. So you see I can keep going and going and going and stacking on my analyzation based off of this harmonic pattern. That's why I love harmonic patterns. It gives me a visualization, gives me identification, gives me, you know what I'm saying, pretty much everything. So let's continue going. What I'm going to do for today's class, the beginning is I'm going to go over, right, some of the patterns that we caught yesterday. So on this feed, right, if you look at my watch list on the right side, I have a few different pairs listed. We're gonna look at those. 1 second, one sec. Where? There we go. Yeah. Okay, boom. One last thing, make sure this stream is straight. I think I'm straight actually. Okay, now it's tripping. Okay, thank you. Take me. Boom. My bad, fam. Just trying to get to this last screen. Here we go. Now we can eat. Okay. Let's eat. Okay, so right on the right side, we have a list of harmonic patterns that were displayed. If you have a question, if you jump into the stream late, or if you come in even on a recording past stream, you know what I'm saying, drop a comment, a like, subscribe. Thank you for stopping by. All right, and let's get to the bag, man. You know, what else I love about harmonic patterns, man, is I can chill, take my time. I made well over what I make in my daily job today and trading. And it feels good to say that. And it all came from a harmonic pattern that I did last night on the stream. Hopefully you should have been on. If you're on now, let's do it again tomorrow or today. So Euro CHF, we have a 1 hour pattern, right? Our harmonic deep crab. Actually, this is a bat, correction, excuse me. This is a bat. So I have a pre-listed settings that might display some patterns. So if you see other patterns than what I may have on the screen, those are valid as well. So right, I'm going to explain really the identification and really the 3 different stages when it comes to a pattern. So let's break this down, since this is the first one. What we're going to do is we're going to go down to the hourly time frame and we're going to rewind it. And when we rewind it, we're going to take it bar for bar. Now there's different indicators and different indications in which you want to be using when you trade. The creator of this strategy likes to use an amplified version of RSI as one of his indicators. Another one would be the HSI as well. Those are the pink indicators. So every time you see one of these pink arrows, I'm pretty much trying to trade in that direction. But be aware there are false arrows. Without getting too further into it, I have a yellow box zone right here. What this yellow box zone is a representation of the terminal bar. So let's break this down. A harmonic pattern is completed at a specific level. So let's type this out, right? Let's actually go into detail in today's class, right? The harmonic pattern is completed. Let's move this out of the way. Let's move our hands right here. Okay, right, the harmonic pattern is completed at the D point, okay? And the D point has, or is going to equal a specific measurement. I'll just put, for simple terms, price point. And the price point we'll use is the Fibonacci level / Fib level. Okay, so the harmonic pattern is completed at the D point. Where's the D point? It's the 5th part of the sequence. Okay, here's our D point, and it's completed at the 886 level. Fibonacci. If you don't know about Fibonacci, without getting too much into it, all you have to do is find the high, aka your X, and the low, aka your B, which always won't be your high and low. But I drew my Fibonacci tool starting from the high all the way down to the low, and give me my increment point of the 886, and the specific region and level that of the number of the 886 that we're looking at is the 8933. So once we have our hourly closure, right here, it looks like 1400 hours, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right after this bullish engulfing. Notice how we have this red doji. This is actually a 3 bar turnover that's coming back for a retest that actually falls back over. So how you would identify this pattern and get into the trade is, once again, I say you need indications to get into the trade. So just because the trade is here and is falling and is now outside of our entry zone doesn't mean we could have gotten in per visual perspective of this time frame. And what I mean by that is, right now this is a harmonic pattern that completed on the hourly time frame. This bar closed specifically on this level on the hourly time frame. But if I go down, let's say 2 time frames down, meaning the 30-minute 1, 15-minute 2, well, let's go down 3 just to show you trends inside of a trend. All right, I can say that, you know, this could be an indication right here. If this is my trend, oh snap, my trend broke. Let's see if price will come back and, you know what I'm saying, let me buy in a bus ticket for 1.0, you know what I'm saying? Let me buy in a bus ticket for $10 and catch the ride. You dig? If you know, you know. So you have to be able to get indications and indicators to let you know what's flowing right into the pattern. 1 second. Okay, so let's kind of continue this. We have the identification of the pattern. Let's go back to the hourly time frame. Remember, we had completion point. We're now 3 hours into the trade, 3 candles and 4 fully back into the range. Now price is not only giving us a reaction, it's what we call a type 1 reaction. I call them a failed reaction because it didn't get all the way to the target level. But now this is where, you know, price gets it real. Now I'm either getting into the trade or I'm not. And if you know how to draw another Fibonacci and look at the levels, you can see that price came and retraced all the way up into the 886 before it gave you another bearish candle. And then after that bearish candle, it looks like that was it. That was it after the bulls. The bulls were out after that. Now still in the hourly time frame. Look at the visual perspective of how price is ranging in our entry terminal bar zone. Right, it's very important to be able to identify what you're looking at in the market, but also how to react. Right, so now you're probably thinking, okay, Trev, you said the trade's supposed to be selling, but now it's back above. In fact, Trev, I'm a regular trader and I probably have my stop loss in, and my stop loss got hit because I put it above the high. Well, first of all, the number one thing that I say that I have been working on to develop as a trader is my fluidity of entering and exiting the market. Right, in my visual perspective, there's no right or wrong trade. It's just the timing of you choosing to buy or sell that particular asset at that time. So what I mean by that is, this price is selling. Were you in at the right time? Yes and no. Yes being you could have scalped this down for the 5-minute actual extension of what this was, but after the extension was over, you know what I'm saying, the price has to continue what it was doing, trying to give, right? And then, you know what I'm saying, and from an hour perspective, once you see these lows, you know what I'm saying, just from a market structure perspective, once you see the lows of something start to get broken, that's when you know that price is usually over with. And as you can see after here, we have one last give. before the end. And that usually is your typical break and retest. This pink line is your daily entry. And then after you can see after that last retest, price gave you literally one last opportunity to get into the market before we went into our first target. You know what I'm saying? Our first target being 150 points. Our second target, 218. And let's say we held, you know what I'm saying, a little bit over to catch the whole move, we would have been able to profit around 350. So that's 35 pips off just one pattern. Okay. And that was just Euro Swiss. We still have Pound Swiss. That was an ABCD pattern. Perfectly came into this sweet spot. Okay. Doesn't get that much better than that. Killer. That was Pound Swiss. This is Dollar Swiss. You can see that Swiss gained their strength. I said to kind of hold back on Dollar Swiss just because of how it was ranging. But in reality, it was pretty nice. If I go to a higher time frame on the 4-hour, that was oof. In fact, this looks like it could possibly be returning. Okay. Dollar Swiss is very, very interesting. There's a lot of back-to-back patterns in here. Let's see how this butterfly activated. Okay, now the target 1. That appears to be so. Dollar Swiss has a lot of interesting things, mainly because your DXY is going to be following similar suit to this pattern. Right now, I'm looking at the DXY daily time frame. Okay, I see that we have this crab. We have this bearish crab that's right here. This is how I would mark up a pattern, right? After I do that, see where it started, I find the measure points, aka I get my fib because I want to be specific on where I'm getting into the trade. I see that this is a crab, so I make sure I have my crab setting set. I know that the crab completes at the 1618, so I can see that this is a pump fake because that candle did not close here, but it did reach here. This is actually being my first initial candle, so this is my terminal bar. Extend my terminal bar all the way, you know what I'm saying, until price hits target 1. My target being the C or D, your preference, C or A, excuse me, to the completer of the pattern. And on that 1, 2, 3 green, target 1 being your 382 Fibonacci retracement. I can see price literally came to the T on this trade. Literally came to the T. Give you a little replay. I see that pattern completed here. Give you a nice bounce. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Now notice how close price is to the target. This is where entries is important because you don't want to be so close to the target that you get no profit, but you also don't want to be so far away that, you know what I'm saying? So it matters. It does matter. Definitely does. Notice how many times it hits the target level. And yes, the target level can change if the high changes. Because then again, you know what I'm saying? Oops, now. So I definitely see this ranging and doing something else on a higher time frame for sure. Don't really want to be entering into the middle of the range like that. So when that many patterns, we did the Swisses, Euro Pounds, another pattern as well. They hit target 2, trace 50%. What that means is we'll replay it. You know what I'm saying? Of course, why not? Got the completion of the pattern. giving you, looks like a type 1 reaction, immediately hitting target 1, right? Depending on how and where you would have been able to draw your fib. See that it gives us a further extension, almost comes to the hop level, but still breaks and closes beneath this previous low, pretty much putting in a new bottom. That then gets hold, giving you an ABCD pattern that holds, comes back, and at least 80% of that ABCD pattern is printing a higher low. Is this low gonna hold? Nope. Comes back, rates low again, finds structure at the hop level, exceeds up, boom, target 1, holding the trend. Nice fluid, target 2 hit. This is a nice strong trend. Nice. Look where I started the type 1 reaction. Look how it came back, and that trend was strong. Snap right back into place. Very nice movement. Very healthy movement. This is what you want to see. Definitely see this going to target 3. I was actually in this trade down here, but I got shook out. I wasn't confident. And look, take off. Tech being interesting, man. Tech, I think it went on. I don't know, man. Tech is just real interesting. It says it's at a very sweet deal. Let's pull up the RSI. It's at the 50% level. So how I would read tech, right, guys? I would continue to read the sequences. When there's a point when you don't know, which I said I don't know many times, I can see that parts came up here to start this 8 wave sequence, and then came down for a 9. Now, if you were in my class last night, there was something very important that I said about 9 wave sequences that you want to pay attention to. Crucial. You have to pay attention, because if you don't, you'll miss out. But actually, I see something, because that might not be a 9 wave sequence. Actually, yeah, it looks 4. Definitely, if you count that one, you got to count that one. Okay, for sure. So the 9 wave sequence is very important, because it's going to tell you something that's going to happen next. It's going to tell you a story. It's going to be so juicy that the setup is going to be redonkulous. Can't even speak straight. So what I'm waiting on is to make a decision point. What we're going to do now is pull up some new scans, you feel me? Because we don't want to keep looking at the same old scans, right? We want the good stuff. Trev, I heard you was over here calling out patterns. Where they at though? Here they go, right here. Here you go. Euro AUD. 1 hour deep crab. 3 hours ago, bro. Get it together, brother. Ooh, Euro UAD. That white dotted line is the monthly opening. This is daily. Oh, this is on the hourly time frame. So we have a deep crab. I'm gonna mark this up. Starting with our X to our A, B, C, D. Next, we confirm the pattern. I grab my Fibonacci tool from my X to my A, and I put it on the settings for my pattern. Deep crab completes at the 1618 level. I see this is my terminal bar. I see that I actually activated before here. Actually activated here. But we're gonna use this as the terminal bar. Okay, price coming back and wicking back into that terminal bar is huge. Giving me my, now gonna look for my 1, 2, 3 targets. Being target 1, 382. Target 2, 50%. Pretty much how you want to do that. So what we have now is Euro AUD. Sorry, the music got me. So what I'm going to do now is add another section. This is going to be for the completed patterns. music be, you know, something to hold on. Hype me up, cuz. You know what I'm saying? This makes me feel very slow. This ain't gonna happen. Absolutely no. I'm not really sure if I can play that. Okay, here we go. Am I still in rewind mode? No, I'm not in rewind mode. So, what are we hearing now? You're AUD. Let's see, we got a 1 hour pattern, right? Yeah, okay. I can vibe with this. This will definitely. It's like when you get in that zone, bro, it's all you gotta be. It don't matter what time of the day it is. You can get on the charts and vibe out. So, right here, there's 1618 level, right? 1.614, 55. That's where you'll be wanting to get in at. For my DeLorean traders, you wait for the shift. The hourly is already pending. 1 hour activated and being retested. This is the retest. The shift is being retested now. That's how I run that. Yeah. I'm not a financial advisor, but that's how I would run that. Straight to that level right there. But the level has to shift. This trade only activates once price shifts. If you don't know about a shift, don't worry about it. But I ain't gonna get into it because I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not getting that advice. What we're here for is the visualization of the patterns. As Euro AUD, I see we have a scan for Euro NZD. Okay, I see y'all. I actually need to grab a different feed because I see I just pulled that from somewhere. Euro NZD is a back-to-back. It's a deep crab on a deep crab. Deep crab on a bat. This bat is gonna make a move for sure. It needs to load up more. This is still in the channel and we're in the middle of it. I wouldn't take this trade or this setup, but this bat is pretty much loaded. See, the rejection is gonna fill in. This is actually setting up for a lower time frame shooter, but we're not gonna get into that. I'm gonna keep it simple. Do I have AUDCHF? Nope, I do not. Yeah, next pattern, AUDCHF is a butterfly. Finna catch it, you ain't no lie. We finna catch some pips. I'm that guy. Finna supply the team, whole team. Make it believe, make you achieve, make you finna get another ring. It's the championship. Butterfly, AUDCHF coming back to that. Oh, now this is a nice setup. Specifically, How is rejecting from that pink line? This is all right. This is my key setup. This is my setup of the night. Off the gate, New York. This is your New York setup. This is actually your Asian New York setup. This is activating. This is like activating as we speak. This is what you want to see shift. This is something you want to see. I'm actually going to pull this up over here. Let's do this. Let's go to the broker. Yeah. Well, hold on. Check me, finna catch, AUDCHF, finna patch, nah, I'm playing. Okay, so AUDCHF, we have to be, very versatile about this entry, because not only is it at an interesting spot, but it's at a weak level as well. So what you want to see is price shift and come back and test and hold this level. Exactly what it's doing. So you see this bearish candle right here. This is actually important. We need this to happen very fast and rapidly, because when you're getting in trades, you pretty much want to know if you're getting into the trade or not. Look at these two. See this zone that I just drew, the gray box? These are specific Fibonacci levels that are being held and respected. So this trade is validated once price comes back pretty much and closes above our aqua line and holds this, printing in a higher low, right? You want to see something like that pretty much. You want to hold that. But it has to hold. So you know what I'm saying? We're gonna come back at 1:45 and check. You know what I'm saying? Where does it hold? How does it hold? Because this is a 1 hour scan where we're just using a lower time frame to help us get there, because the target level is not that far actually. Because there's two entries that, you know what I'm saying, two ways you can play the market. This is important to know. You can play, I'm actually go back to trading view for this. Okay. There's two entries you can take. You can take the completion level of that pattern. So, right, I skipped my step one. I never drew my fib. Let me draw my butterfly. I think it's the same as the crowd. I believe the butterfly completes the 1272 level. Yeah, it does. So, this being my terminal bar, that's nice. That's nice. 1 second. Woo! Catching pips, can't lie. Finna catch these dips all night. Do I spy with my ice? Finna catch me some new ice with this bag, with this chain. They ain't even say I'm finna catch all the fame, all the pips, all the blame. Cause who all the one that stole all the money from the banks? Made them look like they dummy. Got lost all up in the sauce trying to rhyme and stuff. What I was saying was there's two entries you can have, right? The butterfly competes at the 1272 level. So that specific price point is here. Looks like 67,310. All right, yeah. So there's two ways you can play it. You can play it right that specific level after it gives you, verifications, be the typical person, put your stop loss meet the low. Go for the, the regular target. Or you can wait for a break and retest and wait for price to structurally show you and tell you at the same time where it's going to limit and lower your risk and give you a better reward. Because otherwise you're just guessing. Straight up. Just realized my music stopped, and that what made me stop talking. It's definitely something different, man. There we go. That's what wake me up. Okay. So there's two ways that you can take your entry, pretty much. You can take it from. Let me make sure you can still hear me, actually. Okay, actually, I see that the music pretty loud. So let's say it like this. Let's see it like this. Test, test, 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah. Okay. So that should be better. Shouldn't be blasting your ear no more. I was kind of vibing, I'm sorry. I be vibing. Right. How you want to take the pattern, you want to get it right. Don't want to subtract it. Don't want to get it on the wrong position. All right, so you want to take the trade entry after your shift on the lower time frame given to you by the candle. Now, if you remember what I said specifically 5 minutes ago, I said we want to wait 10 minutes until this 15-minute candle closes. And we wanted to close above this blue line, aka this aqua line, aka being the shift on the lower time frame. Right, notice how it's closing above the aqua. So now pretty much what I want to see is that I respect this trend. And there's other things that we can use as well. If you see on the bottom, we have the amplified RSI, meaning that price is, ranging up and down. Okay, let's say price goes up, price comes down, price goes up, price goes down, price goes up, price comes down, makes a low. Actually, let's back up here, right? Let's say price comes down, makes a low, price goes up, makes a high. Try to do this as fast as possible. When it makes that high, right, notice what the pink line is. Actually, I don't even have to do this. That pink line is a representation of where price came up, made this high, and has not came back up and touched it yet. Price came up again, almost reaching that level, but did not break it. Notice how price came up here, reached it, did not break it. Came down here, sold off, broke the middle point, sold, retrace, sold off. Nice break and retest. You could have been able to catch this as a sell if you would have known what you would have been looking for. Anyways, when price comes back down here a second time, it does not exceed the second low on the strength level, but the structure did. So that's telling me that the strength is actually going to the opposite way to the upside, which is exactly what we want to see in there and in here. Notice the RSI. You see how the indicator is pointing up. 5-minute candle is closing bullish, which is exactly what we want to see, giving you the strength towards your trade. And also, you know what I'm saying, just because it retraces doesn't mean that it's negative and it's failing. Price has to flow. but you also have to know when and where to get into the trades, why you're entering into the trades. Should you be exiting the trades, right? These are key questions you should be asking yourself. But yeah, let's keep moving forward. So right now we got Euro AUD. These are all hourly patterns. Go back to my DeLorean helper. Take that off. Pretty much we want to see Australian dollar pick up some strength. New Zealand dollar don't look like it's gonna get that much stronger, but I'm betting on the Australian dollar to gain some strength here. I can even pull up Forex Factory. See if is there any Australian news tonight. Ooh. Okay. Trumpets. Blair. I see no Australian dollar news, but I see we got some CPI news on the pound. That's pretty much it. So there's not really much to show you on the new scans from the hourly perspective, besides those three that I just gave you. We do have a new scan on the 4 hour though. I'm telling you, man, I do have my eyes on the indices. I think they're about to do something sweet, nice, and juicy. So, my apologies. There's just a lot of different things just started happening. This is so interesting. Markets are just being so interesting. Or I just want to sit back and watch. I don't want to do anything. So we have a NZD CAD 4 hour scan. We have a crab. Alright, it says I completed 4 hours ago. Off the hop level, maybe? Here? Is this not the same NZD CAD? Here, I was gonna say, boom, yeah, we've been had this. Had this marked up already. That was the regular level. Then price came back and made another smaller level here. The Canadian dollar is just not showing any effort to help this pattern. Respected the mess out that hop level though. Trying to tell you that hop is not nothing to play with, man. Kind of want to have some entries just sitting here. What is that? 902,000 level? That 902,000 level is something very crucial. What is this? What am I trading right now? NZD-CAD? I don't think I've ever even traded this. I traded it. I didn't mean to trade it. There's nothing wrong with NZD-CAD. Just not my typical pair. Definitely keep your eyes out for this area. Last HSI was here. Price did not respect that at all. So it's interesting to see pretty much how price has been here the whole week, essentially. All right, and last week as well. We got 2 weeks worth of price, weeks of price just collectively sitting on each other. So, you know, that's another thing to be aware of as well when you're entering trades. How long is it going to take for the volume that you need to move the market to get where you need to go? You could be in the right setup, you could be in at the right time, but that trade just may suck, aka that currency may have no money flowing through it, so it's going to take longer. The profits aren't going to be where's my scan? Where's this scan? What? Okay, I don't know what's going on. That oh, it's probably doing that thing where my scans are not saving. So what I'm looking at right now, it's pretty much how the markets are moving. You know what I'm saying? What's happening where? What's causing what to shift? The main thing I like to look at are your indices. Okay, your indices are going to be your main movers, the things that move the market. Not necessarily most, but have the how can I put this? I don't even know how you would explain it. Not necessarily most movements in the market, but you said I'm in there, cuz. What up with your partner? Appreciate you for joining through. Look like we about to get a sell opportunity on US 30. See if I can pull up. I'm trying to see. Okay. Feeling this beat. Yeah. US 30 finna fall. Finna catch it. Y'all. Finna catch it. Y'all. Finna catch it. Y'all. So US 30 is retracing back into this range, right? Let's take the fill off. The fill can be a bit distracting at times. Let's make sure. Okay. So if you look in the hourly time frame, we have a bearish candle. In today's class, we're gonna go over multi-time frame confluence. And this is an ABCD pattern. I was about to say this is not a harmonic pattern, but it is. It's an ABCD pattern that 100% counts. Okay. So you have an hourly that's bearish. We have a 15-minute that is bullish. Okay, for our symbols. Drawings are not gonna correlate. This stays here. This 15-minute is bullish. And this 5-minute is bullish. So we have to be aware of why we're selling, why are we buying, when are we buying, and why are we selling. Now, the reason I'm interested in this in a sell position is because from the hourly perspective, this is in a downtrend. This is going down. This is in an overall downtrend. But, right? But, this is where it gets tricky. What was I gonna say? Price can shift, right? The trend can change and it won't be going in the same direction as it once was before. And price is likely to do that at strong important key levels, aka the weekly open, right? We are near the weekly opening. I wanted to double confirm, so I went to that chart. Right, we can be near the weekly opening and price can then be doing something very important that is only going to show us at that level at that time. So I'm going to draw this level right here so we can see it better. So what I want to see, and of course when I do that, so boom, we're gonna mark that as our weekly. And I see that price is respecting the weekly. As long as price respects the weekly, that's all we can ask for. So now we just want to see this hourly candle go blue. This next hourly candle has to go blue. If it doesn't go blue, then we know that we have nothing to look forward to. So this is going to be a little bit of price action. A little bit less harmonics, right? I'm really just trying to show you how you can be with the trend and not even know what's going on. So I see I'm in a downtrend. I see that the whole hour and the rest of this 4 minutes in this hour is still bearish. 15-minute is bullish. 5-minute, has now turned bearish. But if you look at the EMAs on the 15-minute, you should be able to see that they have changed. The EMAs are now on the downside. In fact, it's indicating and showing you that it's about to sell, right? Look at how it's pointing down. This is what you would call your push or your stiff arm or whatever you want to call it. Your many different names that you can call it. But if price does not go down to the downside and shift down, then it's over with. But I believe it's going to go down to the downside. So pretty much I have to wait out the 3 minutes and see right? I don't like guessing, but the EMAs visually give you a representation of what's happening. That's why I love the EMA so much. We're gonna see though. Are we gonna go from blue to black? Let's dojing out. That weekly level is huge though. Huge. Oh. It's like it's dropping. It's like this weekly level is losing. I'm gonna go ahead and let you know if this hourly candle closes beneath this weekly level, then we're gonna see a big massive drop very fast, because this weekly level is going to be pretty much losing. And if the weekly level is lost, then what's there to be left in the week? You know what I'm saying? It's only Tuesday or Wednesday now. So very interesting to see. We got 2 minutes left, 15 seconds left, 2 minutes and 15 seconds. So my bias is bears. So instead of just sitting here and just waiting, you know, where can price go? What is the next move? And to be able to really see where's the next move, we had to see where it came from. Well, hold on, let me be sure, because it looked like it. See, oh, very interesting. This is where trading gets fun. The anticipation of what's gonna happen, what you think is gonna happen, versus what's actually happening, versus what actually happened. Here we go. Last 20 seconds of the candle. I pretty much want to see this turn around and continue back down to fill in the rest of this open space. I give you a better, stronger floor to reverse off of. Right now, I don't believe this is strong enough. So our hourly candle did close beneath our weekly. So I'm anticipating a continuous bearish move down from here. Any pullback is just going to be some type of test. But I ultimately see price coming back down into filling these lows. Specifically where though? It's a great question. And you know, this is where when you get into price discovery, it's important not to try and find out and guesstimate too much. But what I was going to say is to find out where you're going, you have to know where you came from. And what I mean by know where you came from, oh snap, that was extremely loud. If I know where you came from, I'm gonna pull up the man, what's happening? Did I get signed out of my broker? One second. Pretty much been streaming for an hour now. Thank you for vibing with me. Interesting class for sure. Today, a lot of interesting things. I'm gonna see where this takes us. Especially this US 30 sale that we're in right now. Or not we're in, but that we're analyzing, I should say. Trying to look for a better chart to pull it up on. Actually, I do have a better chart. I'm specific. So based off the price action of this last bearish candle, right, I'm pretty much expecting the trend to come down and fill in these lows. All right, somewhere down here. Didn't even have to stay in here. It probably won't stay in here. It probably will fill in and wick and do some type of US 30 crazy stuff. If you know, you know. So, you know what I'm saying? You got a plenty of a good risk to reward, 113 and risk 15. That's just to the low. If you actually were to take it to the completion of the extension, if this was your, you know what I'm saying, your 1, your 2, your 3, so it's your 1, 2, 3, and then your 4. Your 4 has to come down a little bit more to actually be 100% completed of the extension. So what you would do is you would draw the extension tool, select from the high of the 1 to the low of the 2, and you would retrace it all the way back into your third leg. And you apply your necessary Fibonacci settings. Show you what's good. So I can see that the 100% of this move is down here at this level. What price point is this? At 344.60. So I'm anticipating for the Dow to come down to 344.60 just because of where the 100% completion is. So I think that's 90 points down. Not far at all, actually. So 183 points from the opening of 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I'm anticipating, right, the drop pretty much for London, probably a reversal around 5 o'clock and then shooting back up into New York. Or, you know what I'm saying, we could possibly see just a full-on drop. Who knows? Price be definitely doing some wicked things this thing does. So let's go look at the other patterns that we were looking at. Don't know why Euro AUD and Euro, why these patterns aren't staying to load. See AUD Swiss is deciding to come back. I see it went up in the profit a little bit. See it's deciding to come back to get in where we first started to see it pick up. Euro Swiss, is this the pattern? Oh, these are the old patterns. Okay. Oh, I was on too low over the time frame. That's why I wasn't able to see what was going on. I was so confused. I was like, wait, what? Oops. Wait, how do these have... Huh? Whose man is this? How did this have a dark layout? Forgot what I was doing. So we don't pretty much have anything. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna pull up MT4 and just go look at some scan patterns. Because I don't really have any new scans. Nobody's really in the stream. But that doesn't mean I have to end the stream. Right? This is still a recording. I could teach some Teach some knowledge, you know what I'm saying? Definitely need me to show all of that. Oh, y'all don't even see it though. Aha, aha, aha. So what I'm gonna do now, right? I'm gonna pull up the 15-minute scans. Because we definitely got some 15-minute scans for sure. For instance, we got AUD and ZD 15 minutes ago. Okay, see? Now 15-minute scans means that the price ranges are going to be tighter and smaller, right, etc, etc. Came down and hit our target one though. These are good for binary. So for my binary options traders, people, right, if I see that the pattern completed here on this candle, and then I see a retracement, and I see that this candle dojied and wicked off like this, went bearish off my entry range, I'm selling this for the next 2 to 3 candles. Nice bearish reaction. All right, let's keep going. Let's see, I got USD ZAR on the list. Okay, interesting. I don't even think I have ZAR. Okay, USD ZAR. It says it had a deep crab 15 bars ago. I'm on the wrong time frame. Okay, here you go. So I see that this deep crab is loading, or this regular crab is loading. What I would want to see, hold on. Okay, where we leave off at? USD ZAR. Interesting level. I would definitely want to see this come up higher into this shaded crab pattern. This definitely looks way more attractive. And actually, what you could do is trade the trend. Okay, you see that it's set in this low here. You want to see it pivot back and catch the trend. Right? It's awkward sideways trend. It's gonna have a retracement. When it retraces, catch it back up. You know what I'm saying? Definitely before these lows come in. Before these highs get rated. This price is definitely coming up here. Definitely coming up there. To retest back down. It's funny how price moves. That's visually what I see though. What else do we have? What else do we have? I'll just keep going through. Pound odd. Let's look at that. I didn't look at no pound pairs yesterday, I don't believe. Butterfly, pound odd. Ended with the type 1, type 2 each. Okay. It actually looks very bearish and looks like it's about to turn around and pivot. Especially since I see US30 dropping. What does GJ look like actually? GJ looks extremely juicy. I'm gonna take this live. Something slight, I ain't even, you know what I'm saying? Let's count that even nothing. So it's on the daily time frame. We're seeing 13 pips. Now I'll take this to the low. That's just off what I see now. Harmonically, what's happening? Ooh. As soon as I went to the 4 hour, I don't like this trade zone. And the reason being, this trade setup is going to take some time. If this is my daily, okay, see, I have a butterfly here. Ooh, this actually isn't going to take as much time as you think. This is coming down. Just filling these lows. Price has to come back to the last HSI check back. Which is here. Last HSI check back was here. So I want to see price come back and touch there before it makes another move for sure. Probably going to come back lower as well, but just because I don't really watch the pound pair, don't really care for it, I'm just going to put my target here. That's just for visual and educational purposes anyways. I'm going to forget about that. Amazing type 1, type 2 on pound odd though. Amazing how you had the completion of your pattern here. It's a butterfly pattern, giving you a nice type 1 reaction. Nice type 1 reaction up to your first target level. First target level hitting around, what is 1.88735. Look at this, holding this 50 level. Even retesting, nice strong trend. And then of course, right, visually showing you after hitting target 2, pound pairs will do that, giving you a nice return back home. Okay, and after you came home, price was not here long. Price literally sat and gave you one big giant engulf and then retested. After you had that retest, you should know what's good. Okay. Interesting to see how pound New Zealand is gaining strength right now. Want to see what's next with that pattern for sure. Could definitely just be stalling out into going into more sideways action. Who knows? I don't like guessing. Hit me up when the pattern's done. Also saw we had USD Swiss. We looked at Swiss pounds already. So a lot of these patterns are already finished. A lot of these patterns are scanned. Not much to it. So the pound yen. We can look at the dollar pairs. Actually, let's look at some crypto. Crypto deck. Crypto on deck. Crypto on deck. What you talking about? You ain't even talking to me. You ain't even talking about me. This is falling. This is falling. This is gonna fall. This is falling. This is falling. Ooh. Ooh. Actually, on the 4-hour time frame, this thing can drop. Like, this thing can just go. Like, go. Like, I'm talking about. Oh my God. Like, biblical reset. Oh man. Is that what I see? That's a pretty. I mean, that's a pretty thing to see. You know what I'm saying? So interesting about this pattern is that this weak level is somehow holding. Amazingly, it's somehow holding. This pink line magically wants to save today for some reason. So we have a weekly opening. And we got our daily opening. Daily price action does not tell me that it wants to go up. In fact, it's telling me it's very scared and it's going to run away. But hey, who knows? I'm gonna go ahead and cut the stream short though. Appreciate you for hopping on. Wonderful time always. And we will catch you at the next harmonic stream tomorrow, same time as always, 1 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thinking about going live. Actually, no, I have something busy. Look out for the trade ideas in the Discord or the Telegram if you're not in. They are in the bio, in the description. It's free to join. Why would you not join? It's free. Thank you, love, and peace. With this Halloween type beat. Okay, let me see. Halloween type beat, Halloween type feet. Finna get running. He said, yo, what's good? Oh, my fault. Someone joined. Look, I don't even be paying attention. What time did he say, yo, what's good? I'm terrible at this streaming stuff, man. I lied, I'm not terrible. I'm just not getting started. I wish I could see what time he said that. How do I see what time? Because I don't know how long ago that was. Oh, well. I see you in here. What's good, Brody? If you're still in here, what's good? I see you still. Actually, I can see you watching. I see you still in here. What up, Pat? I'll stick around just for a little bit longer, just because you popped up on it, dude. These patterns definitely look like they're gonna hold out though. I don't know why this Euro AUD does not want to stay here. This is our chart bar. Gave you your first type 1 reaction already. I would expect it to come back home, levitating here more. Wait for the shift. Wait for another shift if you're not already in. Your NZD is at this weird structure that looks like it wants to continue to climb higher for sure. I think I remember saying to wait on your NZD. We're in a higher time framed awkward structure. Swiss. Dang, Swiss just said bump you, bro. He said, I'm trying to get into technical analysis. I know basically nothing about it. What do you recommend? He said, everyone starts somewhere. Just surrendered it to the. What do I recommend on technical analysis? So for me, when I think of technical analysis, I think the most important thing for technical analysis is price action. How well are you and good are you at knowing how price is reacting? So what I mean by that, hold on one second. I'm like actively like managing a trade. For what though? I don't know why I'm touching it. I just need to let it be. Cause it's already doing something funky though. I don't like what it's doing. Okay, so to answer your question, okay, my bad. So what type of question, what type of answer can I give for technical analysis? I would highly recommend, bro, honestly, to study your price action. So technical analysis for me is anything that's technical and not fundamental. You have two types of trading: your fundamental, which is news, and your technical, which is, you know, technically what's going to happen. So for me, what I used was price action. I would literally just stare at the chart blank, right? Going in blank and just being able to flow and react with what price. Now, here's the thing with trading, in my opinion. You do not have to be right to be right. And what I mean by that, you can guess in the market. Like, it's okay to guess. People think it's wrong to guess. Nah, it's okay to guess. But how are you guessing in flow with what is actually happening, right? So let's say this. Let's say price is in this downtrend, right? We have a high. Let's go over here actually. Okay, let's say price is in this uptrend, right? This is how I would teach you on technical analysis for today. If you were, right, we were training. This is a low, this is a high, this is a low, this is a high, this is a low, this is a high, and this is a low. Now, if we were guessing, right, just from guessing, and we were saying that this was in a trend, what would you think will happen next? I would guess, right, it's gonna happen is a high, and right, and we would keep guessing, right, until it's wrong, right? There's nothing wrong with guessing. You have a abbreviated right to guess. Now, here's the thing: when the guess goes wrong, how do you react to what happens? Because that's pretty much how you're gonna trade. and it's less about guessing and more confirmations, because the more you be able to, the more technical you get better with trading, or the more better a trader you become, the more skill, knowledge you can have to apply to your trades. So going back to me trying to figure out right what's happening in the trend, you gotta learn from error. So I have to get wrong eventually. So I think it's gonna, let's say I think it's gonna exceed this high, but it doesn't, right? Let's say price stops right here where it's at and goes lower. I'm gonna mark that as red. Okay, I'm wrong. So how do you react when you're wrong? Do you just sit here and say, okay, I'm gonna be stubborn and I think his price is gonna come up here and I'm gonna be buying until it does, and you keep buying, 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 meanwhile prices selling, selling, selling. So you know, being reactive to what and how price is moving is huge. It's a game changer, honestly, in my opinion. Mm, 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 Hopefully that answered your question, bro. I'm finna go ahead and end the stream though, because my mind is blanking out. I'm doing two different things. Need to catch some sleep actually. But thank you for hopping on the stream. You know what I'm saying? Watch the replay. Hopefully you could learn some. Hop on tomorrow, same time. Once again, thank you. Peace. Love.